Alright, welcome to round two. We had, 64 games this past week. So the number of games is dwindling down. We're in the quarterfinals, so that means we're down to 32 games. So, we're getting down to the end of the road here. So let's look at some plays. Now we always say all season, whenever you do the GPV game, you're under the microscope. Every official in the state of Georgia is going to be watching you, and we are not criticizing any team on here, any crew. I mean, that's not what this is meant to do. We're just here to learn from all of our mistakes, and it's going to be true in a couple of weeks. The crews that work the finals and the bins, you're going to be on GPV, so you will be under the microscope then as well. So it's just, like I said, we're not criticizing any crew here. We're just, what can we learn from? So let's look here as a punt. Let's count something, should jump out at you right now, something odd. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the backfield, which means, remember in high school, we don't go by that, we go by the line. Well, we have 5 in the backfield. It should be a red flag. You see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the line. So we have an illegal formation right off the bat. We do not flag it. So just make sure all our formations are legal, especially on scrimmage kicks. All right, let's talk about some back judge positioning here. I know this is a new position to many people. I have yet to see a back judge run this position perfectly in the high school playoffs yet. That's okay. It's new. It's a new position. So when we have 2 returners, what we want to do is we want to set up, like for instance, on this. So we're punting from this hash. So we want to set up 5x5 wide side, 5x5 from this returner. And then once we kind of see where the punt's going, we would make our way over here. Setting up in the middle, that's fine. It certainly cuts down your distance, but whatever we need to do to make sure that we have that inside out angle. So what we want to do here, instead of just coming straight up like he's doing, we'd actually want to come up at an angle this way to kind of get ourselves 5x5. He's not in bad positioning there. It's gonna be hard to get in good positioning when they have 2 like that. Alright, before we start here, let's look at our eligible receivers. We have 2. He's eligible. He's eligible. I can't see his number. He's probably not eligible by number. This is second down. So we have 2 eligible receivers. We're going to flag illegal downfield, but we only had 2 people go downfield, and they were both our eligible receivers. So, kind of right off the bat. Now the only thing I could see is maybe he did not consider this receiver on the line. And that's certainly possible. He appears to be on the line to me. If he's not, scoot him up a little bit. But this guy's definitely, he would be eligible. But it appears they're both eligible. They both go downfield, and we're going to throw the flag. Second part of this is the spot. We look like we're kind of unsure where the spot is. When we have a pass like this, all right, we're going to give him every bit that he gets on this catch. So he catches the ball here. That's about the 36. And then he's driven back to about the 34. He gets the 36. We give these players every yard that they earned. So we're going to miss this spot by about 2 yards. Again, just show you again. He makes this catch at 36, and that's where we should have spotted the ball. He catches it, and he's driven back. Always want to give them every yard that they earn, especially on a catch. And that comes into play here. You see the situation. 4th down. The orange team is down. We're late in the game. They got to get to about the 49. It would appear that they have it. Sorry, my computer froze up when I was recording this. We're going to spot him at the 50, which is short. I think he should have been given at least the 49 here, because as you can see, he has the ball right there. The ball, his feet are all on the 49. Now, where I can see where the officials may have, why they would have given him the 50, because right here he has his feet down, the ball's at the 50. But if we go back, he has this ball, control, possession, right here at the 49. And that's where the ball is. Now the umpire too, he can help on this. This is right over the middle. Umpire can help out a little bit there. But we missed this spot. And another thing here, just you're on a grass field, just for posterity's sake, let's measure this, you know. I mean, we're less than a yard short. So the ball is over the 50. Looks like the line of the gain is either on the 49 or just short of the 49. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You have less than a yard short, and you're on a grass field. So, you know, we really don't know. You can't ever trust these grass fields. So on this, let's just go ahead and measure it, just so we can say we measured it. Just, you know, to show the players, show the coaches, you know, we're doing everything we can to give them the most fair outcome. So let's look at this for a possible KCI. He muffs this catch. We have a beanbag down. Let's see if we have KCI. It does not appear to be contact. See, the defender's trying to get out of the way. There's not appear to be contact. We can't see from this angle clearly. But the back judge does a good job of coming up with the returner so he can get in position to see this. From where the back judge is, he should have a great view of whether or not there's actually contact. The question has been asked, can you have non-contact KCI on this play? On this particular play, no. With the returner coming up like this, the K player does everything he can to get out of the way. You know, the returner is right to the ball, but the K is right to that space as well. You see the K, he makes a concentrated effort to get out of the way, allow him the opportunity to field the kick. He just did not. So I do not think we have KCI on this play. Like I said, good job of the back judge again coming up so he can be in position to see this. You see the other deeps coming up as well. Maybe they can help out. A good job by the crew coming in. We got immediately stopping the clock. Remember, always on fourth down, after the play is over, everyone immediately stop the clock. They do a good job here. I've seen a couple of crews, as we've been reviewing films in the playoffs, do this. When we have a touchback, we want to come off the goal line while we signal, just like this. It just looks sharp, it looks good, and it's just kind of, you know, you're kind of helping the players out, giving them a good whistle, and we're coming up. When you stand on the goal line, just give the signal, just standing there. It looks kind of lazy. Here's another example. See, they're going to come off the goal line, and while they give the signal. It just, you know, it's an aesthetic thing. It just looks good. So let's make sure we're doing that as we progress throughout the playoffs and in the future. Back judges on a deep pass like this, when the end line is not threatened, let's stay on the goal line and make that incomplete signal from the goal line. You know, it's just like we're in a crew of 6 and we don't feel the end line is a threat. You know, we stay on the goal line. Same thing here. I mean, this goal line is the end line is nowhere near going to be a threat. The most important line here is the goal line. So a back judge, you want to stay right there on that goal. You actually want to be here to make that incomplete signal. And if he did catch it, you and the side judge will make the signal since you're facing each other, and the field judge, he would just maybe stop the clock, but he wouldn't have to make a signal at all. Huh, I didn't know Stephen King was a doctor. Alright, weird play here. So we're going to have botch snap. He's going to go back. Going to try to attempt to make a kick. And then we got all this going on. Who's got it? Who's got it? Who's got it? I don't have the next. I do have the next play, but I didn't bring it over here. But what they did was actually they gave K the ball with a fresh set of downs. So let's go back and look at a couple of things. First thing I want to look at, do we have roughing the kicker here? No, you don't, because by the time this all happens, it's not immediately evident or obviously evident that this kick would be made. So the contact here is allowable. Plus, it looks like he may have gotten a piece of that ball to begin with. So now the next thing is this ball touched or possessed or whatever behind? Does this kick cross the line of scrimmage? We go back and look at the line of scrimmage. Looks like the line of scrimmage is 31. When this ball lands, it's going to land at the 21. So we're 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's the only time it's touched, is all behind the line of scrimmage. So does R possess this? Is this an ABA situation to where we have R possess it and then they fumble it? It looks like they may have muffed it there. Maybe there as well. I do not see clear possession by R, at least enough whether or not this should be an ABA situation where K would retain the ball. Another thing too here, referees, let's be a little more mobile, less, hustle, try to get in a good position to see this. Wing's doing an okay job. Again, you want the wing facing the referee. He would come back here to help out. The wing looking at the referee's back would stay on the line of scrimmage. But referees, we want to back out a little bit here. We actually want to be on the goal line when all this happens. Just in case the ball goes over the goal line for any reason. For touchdown, safety, touchback, whatever. We want to be on the goal line, the rule on that. Alright, let's look at some DPIs. So we're going to call DPI here. It's pretty bang. It looks like he does get there a tad early and disrupt the catch. But it's bang. It's one of those, okay, we could support a flag here. Support a flag not being thrown as well. But what we're going to see as we go through this same game, there's some other plays that are similar where we pass on the DPI. Maybe we could not have. So see here, similar play, same game. It's going to be bang. Maybe there's contact just before the ball arrives, and it is underthrown pass, so maybe you consider that, but it's not really that underthrown. And we pass on this. Again, this is one of those. I do think this is no DPI. But the thing is, if we call that other one DPI, then not calling this one as DPI kind of throws some inconsistency in there. This one's a little more cut and dry. This is kind of a cutoff. You see, he's going to come in and just ride him out of bounds before the pass gets there. So this is clear DPI, unlike the other ones. But then we have this one. Same game. This is going to be the third play, very similar to the first two DPIs we looked at. This ball is way more underthrown, but still very catchable. Not that it matters in high school. There is no uncatchable. But again, very similar. We pass on it. Same situation. Bang like that. Three similar DPI calls. We call one, we pass on the other two. It's little inconsistency there. Maybe we pass on all three of those. Remember, with DPI, we need to be consistent, especially within the same game. This one's going to be a different game, and this play is it's a little harder to call, I think. So we're going to have two flags on here. back judge, field judge, both came in with DPI. When I first saw this, I actually thought this is possible OPI. But after looking and thinking about it, this is probably better off just no call. Obviously, we have the benefit of replay and thinking about it. On the field, we have to make a decision. But that's why we have these training tapes. So, the question you have to ask yourself for defensive pass interference, was the defender trying to keep the receiver from getting to the ball or keep the ball from getting to the receiver? If he's trying to keep the receiver from getting to the ball, we had DPI. And I don't know if we really have that here. So for OPI, you have to think kind of a similar situation. Is he trying to create an unfair separation? Is he trying to unfairly gain access to the ball? Is anything he does anything that creates an unfair advantage in order to make him receive this ball? And at first I thought, well, he pushes off right there. But does he really? Is that a push off, or is that just kind of like, sometimes they stick it out there, just kind of for stabilizing or just kind of get their feel? So that's what you have to ask yourself. With him sticking his arm out there, did he prevent the defender from getting to the ball and breaking up the pass? And I don't think he did. So for here, I think the correct call would just be a big fat nothing burger. But again, like I said, we had the benefit of sitting here and looking at it 1,000 times and thinking about it. These officials did not have that luxury. Look, some back judge positioning again. Another thing I've seen throughout crew evaluations, I've seen the back judge as a position a good bit. Here we do a good job of staying in position. Remember, as a back judge with that returner, you want to keep a 5x5 buffer. And you want to keep this inside out angle. So here, we could be a little bit further back. That's okay. I mean, it's not too bad. But the point, he's up there. I've seen a lot of back judges that returner will run up field or run to the side, and the back judge just stays there. Remember, back judges, you have that returner sideline to sideline until he catches the pass. It's not like in crew of 6 where if the kick is close enough to the side judge, we lay off of it. As a back judge, you have it sideline to sideline. So good job here. I'm going to keep that 5x5. And then once he catches it, he's no longer the back judges. The back judges have all those blocks in front. Alright, this is always be alert. Just something to say, hey, always be alert. Opening kickoff of the second half. And they're going to do a little pooch kick and try to get this ball. Kind of blow up the returner here, but it's legal. He had his opportunity to field it. He had a hand on the ball before he got blown up. I don't think that's kick catch interference at all. I think he had ample opportunity to catch that pass. Nakuru does a good job of kind of converging in here, stopping the clock, of course, and making sure we come up with something. Quick signal as soon as we determine who has the ball. So kind of just an FYI to always be on alert. Alright guys, those of you working the quarterfinals, good luck this week. Stay safe and stay focused.